Hello guys, welcome to today's leetcode challenge. Today we're going to solve this question: maximum number of vowels in a substring of a given length. So you have been given a string s and an integer k. You're supposed to return the maximum number of vowels in any substring of s with length k. So these are the vowel letters, and this is an example. S is a b c I d e f. K is equals to 3. Output is 3. The explanation is the substring I contains 3 vowel letters. Yeah. So if I copy this, just let me start. So we have this to elaborate. We have this value. Yeah. So the possible substrings that can be formed of k length will be ABC. There are a lot of them. ABC, BC, because they are consecutive. So you have to BCI, CII. You can notice the pattern. So these are the CII and III. You can see III. The next one is IID. Yeah, because now we are going to ABC this way, and this one is consecutive and also that has three lengths. Yeah, this way IID. And the next one is IDE. The next one is DEF. Yeah, you can see we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, around 7 possible substrings of length k. So in this case we're going to return 3, this one I, because it has the most vowel characters. You can see this one. Okay, so the best solution of solving this, I think, is to using a sliding windows approach. So you can realize that what I've just done here can be implemented using sliding windows approach, where we can be looping through the elements from A to F, and we can be keeping track of the number of vowels that are in a given substring. For example, if we are at ABC, if you are starting, then A will have, this substring will have vowel length of 1, and when you go to B, this substring will have a vowel length of 1 still. When you go to ABC, it also have a vowel length of 1, right? But then we have already reached the maximum number of vowels or of a substring, right? So in that case, it means that we'll have to remove this A from the list and we remain with B and C, and then we add I. So in that case, now this becomes the substring BCI, right? And then we continue again and we realize that BCI has only one vowel. So in in that case, we change the pointer. Now we have already traversed through AB. Now we are C, I, and we add another I. Now this way. So this one will take an O of N approach, and it's a sliding window. So let me implement it and then I'll show you. Yeah. So at first I like getting the length first of the string. Yeah. And we can declare the current count, because now we're going to loop through the elements, and for each substring we need to get the current count and also the maximum count. So the current count for now is 0 and the maximum count for now is 0. Yeah, so we can also take the first substring, because it will be guaranteed that we can find it, the first substring, and in that case we can try to see the number of, instead of starting from here to loop the elements from the first character here, we can start from the value k, because we already know that the length of the substring. We can just take the first substring and continue from there. So I can come here and say, for I in range of k, we want to get the number of characters the number of vowels in the first substring first. So in that case, I need to declare a value of vowels here, which will contain a list of all the vowels that are there in English. Okay, this one. So this way, yeah. So for I in range K, we only need to check if I is in the vowels, we just have to increment the current count. Plus is equals to 1, and also after that I just need to set the maximum count for now to the current count. So after this, now we want to loop through the remaining elements. Now in this case we already have this was the string ABC. Let me copy it. So this was the string. So this was the string, and we have A, B, C, right? So we have already seen that we have the current count of vowels is 1, and now we are already at ABC. We have already traversed through this substring. So the next thing will be to loop now through the other elements while checking the previous value. This is what I mean. So for I in range, now we are starting from K, the range from K to N. And I can say that now we just need to, because we have already traversed through the first three characters ABC here, and we already know the maximum count of the vowels. So for I in range K, we just need to check, because let me explain it again. So we have this. So for you to go to the next value, to refine, okay, to create this BCI, we remove the first element A, because again we are looping through the elements, and also we add to it the next element after C, which is I. So now it becomes BCI. We just want to use that one to make the process optimal. So for I in range K N, if let me declare if S I minus K, so in that case I minus K, I is at 3, and K is at 3 also. So if this value which you want to remove in vowels, then in that case we just need to reduce the current count by 1, this way, because we're going to create a new substring. So in that case we want to make sure that also we can say if S I in vowels, also the one that now we want to add, if it is in the vowels, we increment the current count by 1. After that we can just say maximum count is equals to max between the maximum count and the current count, and then we can return the current and the maximum count, that way. So it's more of a sliding window approach, but keeping track of the number of vowels that you already know that are in behind. So if I try to run the program, this is for I in range K. So in that case we need to we are trying to check the index. That's where the issue is. So we need to see if SI in vowels. Exactly. So sorry about that. And now if I run the application, you can see it is working as expected, and also if I submit, I have it's beating at 8%.